Good evening, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Dreamstruck. We are so excited to have everyone join us. We just love Tuesdays. So we have all of our panelists on here. I see Dorothy's on, Carol's on, Debbie's on, Kelly's on, Amber's on, and I think I saw Emily as well. So again, welcome. Tonight's topic is going to be excellent customer service. Now, there's a difference between customer service, you're going to find out tonight, and excellent customer service. And you know, when you look across the Zoom, I'm looking at Patty Murdoch, I'm seeing all kinds of names. Dennis, shout out to Dennis. He just joined us. And can't have a Dreamstruck without Dennis. I see Rick Dixon on, Melissa, Sabrina Stevens, shout out to everybody. Collectively, we have years of experience here, and we love to have an interactive Dreamstruck, so feel free to chime in the comments. And I want to kind of go around here to the panelists. This week was a huge week for Scentsy, in the world of Scentsy, because of you know who, HP Harry Potter. And I've never seen a movie before, but because it's part of my business, I'm going to sit down and watch the first one. But I'm curious to know, one, have you watched the movie Harry Potter? We're going to go around. And two, if you have, do you know what house you're in? So we'll start with Amber. You're smiling. I think you have some answers for us.
So this is a bit off character, but I call my girls potheads because they love Harry Potter. So I have a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old, and they've both read every single book. My 10-year-old is actually on the final one right now. So we went on the Disney incentive this summer. We extended on the front and went to Universal, and they were like, Mom, you can't go to Harry Potter World without knowing anything about Harry Potter. So no, I haven't read a single word in a book. I am impressed that they can read books this thick because I'm 39 years old and never even dreamt of doing that. But I did watch the first 3 movies, and I kind of lost interest after that, to be honest. But I do know that I'm a Hufflepuff.
Oh, so that's cute. That is so cute. Yeah, I mean, I think it takes a wide attention span to sit down and read a book. And it's great that our kids are willing to do that, because I just don't have it in me. And so thank you for sharing that, Amber. And also, we want to invite everybody that's tuned in to Dreamstruck tonight. Go ahead and put in the chat. Have you ever watched Harry Potter before, any of the movies? And also, if you know what house you're in, put that in the chat as well. We are very curious. Maybe some of y'all might be able to connect. All right, let's hop over to Carol. Carol, have you ever seen Harry Potter besides Universal Studios?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I read the book first, then saw the movie, and then went back and read all the books. So I loved them. And and the movie helped me figure out how to say Hermione and a few of the other names that I was slaughtering in the first, but when I read it myself the first time. I think I'm a Gryffindor, but the older I get, I'm probably more into Slytherin, because I'll be a little bit more cutthroat as I get older. So, I mean, I was a lot younger when I took the test. There was actually an online test you could take and to see what house you were in. And I don't know if it's still at harrypotter.com, but it was where you could go and take a test if you didn't know who you were. But I've seen all the movies. I really do love them. I love the books even more than the movies. So they are a hard read, but I would be the one that would be going to get the book at midnight when it was released, because I wanted it. So I really enjoyed them. They were fun to escape in, I guess. So
Wow.
And I have a lot of Potter fans, so I sold quite a few of the Harry Potter bundles and stuff.
I was about to say, if you were lined up at midnight, then you had to have some pretty good sales, because you'd be able to speak to it specifically. And if anyone knows if there is a website, can you put that in the chat too? Because that's things that we could have fun with our customers and ask them if they know what house they're in. And if not, and like Carol said, we're not getting younger since Harry Potter first released. And so it might be time to take the test again. But these are engagement posts that you can have with your customers. So I love that. idea, Carol. All right, let's hop over to Dorothy in Texas.
So I will be the one to say I know nothing about Harry Potter. My older kids, sure, they do, but I don't know anything, not the books, not the movies, nothing. But I was able to sell some. So
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. See, that's what was going to be my next question. Were you able to sell any? I'm telling you right now, the power of Harry Potter. I'm sure when Carol and others have gone to Universal Studios, I did not realize the intensity of it. I saw grown adults and maybe some of y'all like in robes and it's hot, like 100 degrees with wizard, what are they called? Wands and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really serious.
I am not that extreme.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be dressing up in no, like robe and I'm not walking around with a wand either. Now my kids have wands. They wanted that. Like I'll just stand and drink butterbeer all day. And I can only have one. There's too sickening sweet.
Exactly. The two times we had gone to Disney with Cincy, my daughter, she's older. And this last year when we went, she's 30. And so every time we go, they make it a separate trip just to go to the Harry Potter, wherever what is that, Universal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that's where they go. And she gets all excited about everything. And I'm like, okay, go have fun. So yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, that's cool. I was about to say, I wonder if we have anyone that's that deep that will go into character when it's 100 degrees in Florida dressed up as Harry Potter. So, all right, let's hop over to Debbie. Have you watched or read any of the Harry Potter films or books? And do you know what house you're in yet?
No, and no. But I told my nephew to go get his books. My nephew is my deceased sister's son. So when she was alive, I guess that's been so long ago, because she would buy all the books for him. So I told him to go get those books. He has books. He can tell you everything about it. So when I go live, I'm gonna have him to talk about it. So yeah.
Yay. And you need to get him to help you find out what house you're in.
I need to ask him. Yeah.
Yes. We all need to know this by, the end of the night. Okay, let's hop over to Kelly. Kelly, what is your response? Oh Lord, you got the robot tonight. We'll jump back over. Is Emily on maybe from Canada?
Hey, I'm here.
Yay. Okay. So have you read any of the books, seen the film? Know what house?
So I was just looking it up to see when the first Harry Potter book came out. Looks like it came out in 1997, but I don't remember really hearing about Harry Potter or it being widely known or popular until I was in about 7th grade. So that was 2001. And I remember reading the first book while in school, but again, I'm trying to remember who said it didn't really grab their interest. So kind of lost interest after a little bit. I have not read all the books. I have not seen all the movies, but I've caught some. David loves them. He remembers it fondly from his childhood, and I never took the test, so I don't know what group I'm in. But it's funny, even though I don't know a lot about it myself, it didn't take much. I mean, as soon as there was a launch, people like, bam, bam, I need this. Mm-hmm. My customers were seeing other people's posts and they were like, Emily, you got to get me this. So I'm just so thankful for these partnerships because we're reaching a demographic of people that might not have otherwise even been interested in Scentsy, but because they love Harry Potter or anything else, they have to have the thing. So I just think that was really cool. I don't know what's going on.
You're good.
Okay. But yeah, I'm really thankful for these, these licensed partnerships we have because they give us opportunities to reach people we might not have otherwise ever reached,
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I guess you and I are both tasked with finding out what house we're in. It would be cool to know, huh? All right. And then I feel like who am I missing? Kelly. I don't know if I know she's coming back maybe from sports or something. She kind of had that robot going on, but if not, we'll circle back to her. I think we hit everyone. I've not seen a movie. I've not read a book. I'm sure we have all the books here. My children, they know and they're well versed about Harry Potter. So, and somebody told me that I would be in a house, golly, I don't know the name of it. I think it started with an M and had something to do with electronics. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to find out because I have a feeling that we have not seen the last of Harry Potter. This is a huge phenomenon that's not going away anytime soon. And I'm here for it. And because it's part of my business, I want to learn more about it. So, all right. I hope that everyone had an amazing launch. Those that were able to participate in the pre-launch, you know, that were consultants back in July. And again, you know, if you have customers that are interested in it, just kind of hold off. Let's get through these redemptions. And then let's see, you know, have your customers go to your website, direct them somewhere so they can have some hope, right? But you know, I'd hate for people to miss out on a ton of PRV if you don't have to. Okay, so thank you guys for commenting as well in the chat. I almost thought to do a poll, but I was like, I'm not going to do that because I've learned when you do a poll, then the speaker who's speaking, you can't see them. So we'll have to plan that next time. Tonight, again, we're going to move into our topic. I hope everybody has our your paper and pen, because again, we have some great information that we want to go over. I'm going to kind of kick off and then we're going to bounce around real quick. One of the things that I really want to stress tonight is that to be able to provide great, excellent customer service, it doesn't cost a dime. So yes, we can kind of go over, oh, you can send happy mail, you can do this. And let me tell you, if that's in your budget, if it's part of your love language, you know, to give gifts, then by all means. But tonight, what we really want to emphasize, and we'll probably dab into some of the happy mail features and little cards and postcards and stuff, but we really want to emphasize things that you can do as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, where you're in this to make money, you know, and not to lose money or to go into any type of debt. Orville always says, make sure that you spend Scentsy money on family and not family money on Scentsy. So one of the things that I did is I had a male customer who pre-ordered Harry Potter. And I reminded him, you know, that the redemptions were coming. He goes, oh, that's perfect timing. It's Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh, I'm traveling. And I said, hey, no worries. I'll go ahead and hook it up and put it in a bag for you. Well, he ended up sending extra money because he was just so excited. He's like, I just paid you extra. And I wanted to make sure that because he did that, that I added some extra features in there. So one of the things I did do is I bought some $2 Harry Potter Jelly Belly jelly beans in a box from Five and Below. But my son had a birthday party and I asked the kids if they knew about Harry Potter and if they could help me write a love letter. And I'm going to read this love letter to you guys. Maybe you can translate it for me in the chat because I don't know what I said, but hopefully it was appropriate. It said, Dear Audra, I want you to know you shine brighter than a galleon golden coin. You're hotter than a dragon's flame, and you're the keeper of my heart. Happy Valentine's Day. Love, Chris. P.S. PG-13. I hope this very special owl post helps me score all the house points tonight. He loved it. She cried. I put it in a red envelope. On the bag that I had in my house, the little girl helped me write this, y'all. Told me to put this owl on here. I don't know the owl reference. And then inside the bag, she said it was important to put it inside the bag, not outside the bag. But I put these coins. And I also had a scent circle. And I'll share with the SSDs, they can share it. And I put a little love potion note on there too. And so he was like, you just made my wife's, I didn't even, because it was from him. He's like, I didn't even know what I wrote. He's like, but it was perfect. You're my Scentsy lady forever. You know, it didn't, other than the jelly beans for $2, the extra effort that I put into this, it didn't cost me anything. And that was, you know, customer service. So, I'm kind of moving, we're in this pandemic still. And so I'm trying to find different ways to provide customer service. And one of the new features that I've been offering for local customers are telegrams. It's kind of like a thing from the past. I used to watch I Love Lucy. And I think that back then when TV was in black and white, they would send out telegrams. I have remember those clean bundles that we kind of, you know, maxed out. I had a customer that was like, I want to do a clean bundle for my daughter that goes to ACU, which is a university here. would you mind, dropping that off at her dorm? And I was like, absolutely, I don't mind at all. And I asked her, can I write a little telegram for her? And she goes, oh my gosh, yes. So I did just that. I wrote exactly what her mom asked me to write, short and simple. And then I took a picture when I delivered it to her door. It made her mom cry. She was just like, oh, I'm just in tears. I'm in tears seeing my daughter's door. I wish I was there, but their military moved away. Y'all get my point. I'm making connections besides just dropping the counter clean and running, right? Instead of I could have just took the Harry Potter warmer and bars and just gave it to Chris and let him figure out the rest. Sometimes I do that. But when I have time, I like to go the extra mile for very important sentimental occasions. So I want to kind of, I guess, let's hop over to Carol. With your customers there in Idaho, I mean, you've been doing this for a while, several years now. How do you provide excellent customer service to your customers and your clientele to where they come back to you? Because I'm sure they can go to a million people in Idaho, but how do you build that relationship with them or that excellent customer service to where they come back to you?
Well, I follow up probably is the most, important thing. So I'm a passive aggressive follow-upper. Oh, I guess I'm not that aggressive, but anyway, I'm a passive follow-upper, meaning like I mail stuff to them in bright colored envelopes, thank you cards, packages. I always send a thank you pack if they've ordered online, even if I've never met them before. If they're local, I let them know that I'd be happy to help them in person so they don't have to pay shipping. But really, a majority of my customers, the majority of my best customers don't even live by me. They're in Texas and Louisiana and Ohio, Indiana, like all these different places. And so I do a lot of mailing. I feel like mailing is my second job. I mean, literally. But I love sending packages, and I've got it down to an art. A science. I know how to mail it the cheapest. I'm very good at mailing just cards or, and so I do text my customers, but every month they hear from me because it's not my customer's job to remember me. It's my job to not let them forget me. And so I have to, get them to call me or, reason why. And then I also do text messaging and I do emails, but they're, like 12% of them are read. So I think email is probably the bottom trash. Like it's not good. So if you're only emailing your customers, you're missing out. I get far more responses from email. I get text messages and far more responses from just my mailer because people will call me. And then if I do deliver in person, I make sure I hug my customer. Like I am very hands-on. So you deliver telegrams, I deliver hugs and and I'll visit with my customers as well. And so I think they really like that, or they'll come over and pick up. I literally have one customer that I know if she comes to pick up, I better make sure I got an hour free because we are going to talk for at least an hour. And I'm like, I love her to death and I will continue to do it. But I just know, and then I have another customer that will come as well. And she'll talk. One time, I think she was here almost 2 hours. And I was like, girl, I gotta go, but it's fine because they're also my friends. And so I don't mind. I just have decided I need to put a couple comfy chairs in here. So at least if we're going to visit, I can have a nice place to sit while I'm talking to them. Because at the end, I'm like, my feet are hurting. Like I can't stand here anymore. I start moving towards the door. I was like, okay, it's time to go. But I don't mind. I say that in joking as far as like, I don't mind at all if my customers come to visit. So I have really great relationships with even when they text me, they'll be like, hey girl, I need this, and I just get it ready for them, or I order it and have it ready. And so I just feel like I really work on creating a relationship, and that's what's going to keep people to stay whether they're on your team, whether they're your customers, is how much of a relationship can you create with that person? How many facts can you, because people don't care. Or, you know, what you love most about me is what I remember about you. So if I can remember all these details about you, you're going to love me even more because I have paid attention to you. And we are in a society where people do not pay attention to other people anymore. You know, like my 12-year-old, you know, will talk to me while looking at the screen on his phone. And I was like, sir, you need to put that phone down and have a look at me because I want to see your eyeballs, you know. So we're really pushing on not having a phone. I use Project Broadcast. Yeah, thanks, Theresa. I saw somebody say, what service do you use? Project Broadcast is amazing. It's worth $20 a month. I think that's the lowest plan that you can do. It is 100% worth it because it comes from a phone number. You can personalize it to that person. So it looks like I may send out 20 texts, but each one will have their name on it. That's the thing. You got to use their name. If you want to just copy and paste and then put their name into each one, that's fine. But I just don't have, I want to text hundreds of people at a time. So I don't have time to do, you know, one and send and send and send. That's what my problem with Hit 'em Up was for the longest time, is I still had to do send for like a half hour. So I just hated that. But Project Broadcast, I can draft them all. I can do a picture and I can just schedule them when they go out. I will say that if you were to see in a marketing thing of how people rate customer service, face-to-face is number one. And there was a study that was done. Face-to-face is number one. Second is video, like over Zoom, like this. Third is just a video that they can watch. You know, like if you were to send your customers a thank you video that they can watch. 3 is a voice message. Or 4, that's 4, sorry. 4 is a voice message. 5 is a voice text. I don't know what the difference is, but that was just in my notes.
Oh.
So I don't know, like maybe voice on Facebook, or I don't know. And then
It's like the audio, you know how you can hit just the audio voice where you can't see the face, but you hit the audio microphone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And then it's a text, and then it's an email. Like, I mean, like email's always been the bottom of the bucket, like for you to correspond with somebody. That's so I don't know. I just feel like in person, if you can deliver your products, do it. If you can get them to pick up, do it. Anytime you can have a face-to-face, I think that is the biggest way for you to build customer service.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I was thinking about those chairs in your office. If you actually do that, some people might stay even longer.
I know. That's why I haven't put them in here yet.
Yeah. So I have a customer that I met, and she spends at least at minimum $300. But the only way that she'll ever buy from me, you know, I'll get her started and she's like, can you just pick up the phone and call me so I can tell you what I want and you can put it in? She doesn't want to just do that. She wants to talk about everything, her dog, her son, you know, everything, you know. So I know, like Carol said, it's going to be at least an hour, but I also know that at the end, she's like, well, where were we at with the order? And she'll put in a $300 order every single time. She's also a club member as well, which has kind of helped. One of the things is HubSpot said that 93% will purchase again from those who provide exceptional customer service. 93%, that's a huge turnaround. So again, you know, there's the difference between delivering a product and delivering an experience and or excellent, you know, customer service. And they said that, I think it was like, did I write it down? I don't think I wrote it down, but like, there's like a 50% chance, like if they have a bad experience, like if they're waiting forever, you know, for their order or what have you. So, all right, let's go ahead and hop over to Amber Turner. Amber, what are ways different than what Carol mentioned that you provide exceptional service to bring your customers back? And someone asked about Amy. Carol, do you use the Amy app, or what is your follow-up system? Is it an Excel spreadsheet?
Yeah. Yep. I use Excel. I paid for Amy for the longest time, but all I had was a big red dot that pissed me off. So I had to just stop paying for it. So to be perfectly honest, I'm just being honest. I already had a system before they came up with Amy. And so for me, I just keep my system. So I use an Excel spreadsheet, and I've got things in my phone. So I'm very much like, I tried Amy. I still have it, I think. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, if it's not broke, no need to fix it, right?
Exactly.
All right. All right, Amber, what are you doing with your peeps?
Yeah, so my business is kind of polar opposite of Carol's. So I think it's perfect that I go next after her. I would say probably 90% of my business is local, with a growing 10% being not local to me. It's something that I'm intentionally focusing on in my business, is to grow outside of my area. But for my local people, my business honestly really took a big step up when I figured out a regular ordering system. So when I first joined, I was doing good to put together a qualifying order once a month. And if that's where you are, that's totally fine. But I advertised it to my customers that I was going to place an order, say I don't remember what it was, but let's just say, for example, it was the last Sunday of every month. So they anticipated it. They knew if they wanted it faster, they had to order online. If they wanted free shipping, they had to wait. And I would place it, and I would absolutely follow through with my word and then get it to them as soon as it came in. When I started doing that on a regular basis, it grew to where I was getting more qualifying orders. So I went to every other week. Now I've been at the point for a while now that I place an order every single week. So my customers know I'm placing a local free shipping order. Of course, you can't post that on Facebook, but they know every Sunday. Every Sunday, Amber's going to be placing an order. So I really enjoy all of that stuff coming to me because I can label it, sort it, bag it. Every single order goes out with a sample. That's a non-negotiable. Most of them are from my scent of the month kit. Another sample I love to do is washer whiffs, because once your customers try it, they get it. It's the gateway drug into our laundry line. Gosh, I really am off character tonight. I talked about potheads and gateway drugs. I'm sorry, but it's true. They get a sample, they get a catalog or a monthly specials flyer or whatever, and then curling ribbon. Oh my gosh, they freaking love that curling ribbon. It's from Dollar Tree. Purple and green are my signature colors, and because they're Scentsy colors. And so I think it's important to brand yourself. When I text my people, I use purple and green hearts. I use purple and green curling ribbons. So anytime they see purple and green, they think about Scentsy Amber, right? And then I either deliver it to them, and I make that very manageable. Like, I made a delivery tonight on the way to my daughter's dance class, so I don't go crazy with deliveries. But I also give a free surprise goodie to everyone who comes and picks up from my porch. And I will go out and greet them if I'm home, and if I know that they're, wanting to be social. Because a lot of my customers here in the South, who would have imagined, are very antisocial. They do not want me to greet them when they come to my porch. They want to grab and go. But I just have a little goodie tub, and there's all kinds of stuff in there that either samples from my whiff box, discontinued testers, random anything. They will come to my porch to get something free. And it just kind of beats just, here's my link, go online and order, right? Now, I do have, like I said, a growing customer base that I can't deliver to, or they can't come to my porch. So what I do special for them is I set them up a link. So I always have a catch-all party, like it's always titled Orders Without a Host, click here. That way, if I just have a random shopper go to my website, they'll be like, I don't know, I guess I click that. And then I get rewards through there, right? And I use that to get stuff for my customers, scent circles to mail to my online thank you orders, whatever. And those don't cost me anything. But if it's a customer that I know is going to go online and order, I always tell them, wait, let me set you up a link. And then they go on and they order under their link, and it accumulates rewards. So honestly, those things don't cost me anything aside from curling ribbon from Dollar Tree and whatever for samples, but I get PRV for that. And so I'm kind of known as frugal mama. I don't like to spend money on my business. I don't. And so you don't have to, but you do have to go a step above. Here's my link. You got to do something for them.
Absolutely. I love that. Sometimes, you know, when you're scrolling through Facebook and I'll see a customer saying, oh, that warmer's so pretty. You know, how much is it? And then I just see someone drop a link. I'm like, where's the experience? Like, talk to her, engage, take this offline, do something. But these are the ribbons I get from Walmart, and they're in the party section. They're $2. I've probably had this for like 3 years. I mean, and I go through certain colors more than others. But it's just a ton of ribbon. And so everything goes out because it's just, you know, costs next to nothing. So before we move on to Dorothy, we're going to do a little bit of a quiz. And I know Kelly already knows the answers to this, but we want to talk about first impressions with your customers. Here's the deal. If you are truly working your business, every single week, you should be introduced to new customers. Why? Because you're partying. And when you have parties, that host is introducing you to a whole circle of new clients. So if you have a VIP group that is just stagnant, and let's say, you know, last month you had 300 or 100, and that's not growing, then you really need to go back and say, what am I doing? Am I doing events? Am I doing basket parties? Am I doing fundraisers? I need hosts to bring people to me. And at minimum, you should at least have one new customer that you are adding or welcoming into your VIP group per week. And so first impressions mean a lot. If they're just being added to the group, that's one thing, right? But the next part is the customer service experience. Welcome them, just like we do team members. If you have a new team member and you're just dumping them on the team page, that's not a great first impression. Same thing for customers. You want to have a warm Southern welcome to the group. So there are other companies out there that have mastered having, I guess, a mantra, if you will. And that's going to be our action plan for tonight. Scentsy has its own, you know, mission statement, but what is your mission statement for your organization, for your business that you're building? What is your mantra? And if you don't have it now, it's okay. You can put it in the comments if you do. But if you don't have one, then that's what we want this takeaway for tonight to be, is to come up with a mantra or a mission statement for your customer experience, and then share it on your team pages. All right, Southwest offers an experience for their customers. So they kind of have a mantra. You don't have to say it verbatim, but can someone unmute themselves and tell us the experience that Southwest offers to their customers? If you know it, don't go out there wild guessing. But Southwest Airlines, anybody know? If so, unmute yourself, even if you're a panelist, share.
I'm sorry, I fly American. I don't know.
You're an American girl.
I
Am I the only one
fly-
that flies Southwest here?
It has been a long time since I've flown Southwest because they're not in Canada, obviously. But from what I remember, what was cool was that when you bought it, they gave you sort of tiered level prices, but your carry-on was always included, and you always got a snack. A lot of airlines only give a free drink, and they would give you nuts or cookies, and that was even on like your basic short domestic flight. So when I see the option between Southwest and, let's say, to use Carol's example, American Airlines, or another one I used to fly a lot was United, if it was like a $20 difference, or even heck, even if it was $50, and Southwest was a little bit more expensive, I always went Southwest because the flight attendants were super friendly. I didn't have to pay extra for baggage. I didn't have to, I think they did a military discount too. I don't remember, but yeah. And then it was just it being able to get my seat and not pay extra for that. It was just these little things that other airlines would nickel and dime you for. Southwest didn't do that. And they were really good about giving you a refund if something came up, especially. They didn't haggle you about it. They took care of the customer. And that's what I loved about Southwest. I would always have a little more expensive.
So you really summed that up. Let's see here.
2 free bags. They give you 2 free bags. No other airline does that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
give you
that's
2
it.
free bags. So basically, in summary, their model is very simplistic. They don't overcomplicate the experience for the customer. Scentsy is kind of very similar. That's in our mission statement is, simplicity, generosity, authenticity, right? And then also, whenever the flight attendants are speaking, it's fun. You don't feel like you're on American Airlines. And I'm just kidding. You don't feel like you're uptight or whatever. It's just so laxative and just funny and friendly. At least it should be every time, when I fly, they're just, low key. So that is Southwest. What can y'all tell us about Chick-fil-A? Your experience with Chick-fil-A? What is one thing when you go through the drive-through
My
or
pleasure.
you check out, what is one thing they say? Right.
My pleasure.
My pleasure. And so that is part of their training model is they want their customers to leave. Did that cost anything to say my pleasure? No, but it stands out. And so, and you're going to remember Chick-fil-A for that. My pleasure. My question to you is, what are your customers going to remember you for? Do you even thank your customers? All right, Kendra Scott. Now she's based out of Texas. And there's something that she's known for. Now I'm digging kind of deep with Kendra Scott. She's the one that makes jewelry. But do you all know what makes her stand out in the world of jewelry? I didn't know this until today. Anybody?
I don't know specifically what you're talking about, but I had an experience in December where my daughter's Kendra Scott necklace was turning. We brought it, I don't know if this is what you're getting at, but we brought it into the store and they just gave her a new one. We didn't have to fill out any paperwork, answer any questions. They just gave her a new one. I was flabbergasted. And they said that's what they do.
Wow. And see, and that's cool. And again, when you measure that up, even with Scentsy, if there's a defect, manufacturer defect, I personally have not had any conflict, like trying to convince customer service. And I love that we stand by our products. So does Kendra Scott. But one of the things I learned today is that she's very well known for her, gosh, I hope I say this right, philanthropy. She gives back to the community a lot. And a lot of people just know this about her in this company. So do we, but do our customers know that? Do our customers know about the Rockathon, about our charitable cause? Even if they don't want the warmer, do they know about the experience? Do they know about the Boise, oh gosh.
Human rights.
What is it?
Anne Frank's Human Rights
Yes.
Memorial.
Yes. That we're partnered with. Thank you. So there's things that maybe your customers don't know that's on our workstations or that's shared that would really behoove you. Don't just go on your VIP groups and just flood and in your stories about this warmer, about this fragrance flower. Talk about the world of Scentsy and about how we give back, just like Kendra Scott. All right, the other is Buc-ee's. All right, if y'all aren't from Texas or even Florida and some of those areas, you might not know about Buc-ee's gas station, but if you know about Buc-ee's, what are they known for? They're known for a lot, but what is one of the main things that they're known for
Their
that
beaver
stands
nuggets.
out? What?
I'm just kidding. Their beaver
what'd you say?
nuggets.
Yeah, the beaver.
No, and their bathrooms. They're known for their clean bathrooms. That's what I will stop at a Buc-ee's to use their nice bathrooms any day because I have traveled a lot and I have seen some pretty grungy, super disgusting toilets in my life.
So I had no idea about that, but you're right. Cleanest bathrooms in America is their mantra. And because I was like, what is the obsession with Buc-ee's? Like my niece, they have Buc-ee's outfits and Buc-ee's nuggets and, and I think they make homemade chips or whatever. And it's an experience there, but they are known to have the cleanest bathrooms in America. So didn't know that. What else was there? Okay, this is another good one. When I went to Tennessee, Jennifer Anderson held a retreat for us. And I don't know if you knew this before today, Kelly, but the Consuela bags, we received that as a gift. If you don't know about that, Google it, really neat bags. And there's like all these parts made from Mexico, but they have a mantra as well, which is make today ridiculously amazing. But there's something that they do weekly that stands out with their customers. Does anyone know about Consuela bags and what they do weekly? I thought this was so cool. All right, if you don't know, I'm gonna give it away. They have a weekly recognition for women in the community. and so again, it's not just all about selling these bags and doing this or you know, and making money or whatever. There's things that they're doing in the community and highlighting, you know, those. And it may not be a customer, I don't know, but they're recognizing women in the community every single week. Okay, so anyway, James Avery, when you go to a James Avery store, they have 2 greeters and also Louis Vuitton. I know this because I passed by it. I don't think I have Louis Vuitton money yet, but they have 2 greeters and they have iPads in hands. And, you know, it's just this consistency model with their company, wherever you go. And so if they don't have it, they're ready to go on their iPad and serve their customer. So anyway, I just want you, you know, to think about your smile, your welcome. What are you doing? Not what is Scentsy doing, but what are you doing to offer a warm first impression with your customers? So I want to go ahead and dive over to Kelly. Kelly, I think you're out of robot mode. Or I'm sorry, Dorothy, you were next, please. What do you do for your customers that we haven't shared already?
Okay. So I love my customers, and I have a VIP community. That's what I call my VIP page. I don't want to make it feel like you had mentioned, like just there to sell. I post a picture of warmers or products and just sell them. And a lot of mine, they want to know what's going on with my family. Like I share things in there that I don't share in my public Facebook page. When my husband was really, really sick, I only shared in my VIP. Nobody else knew. And they, you know, asked me, you know, like, how's your husband? And, you know, this and that. And they still ordered from me during that time. And some of my best customers, one of them particularly, I met her for the first time in person. She came to the hospital to pick up a product because she just had to have a Christmas warmer. And so they've really, truly become my friends. And I think that by me sharing things with them, like about my kids, I have 5 kids, so different things throughout the whole crazy life that I have with all my kids, you know, I share things in there, funny things and this and that. And they do the same, you know, they're like, oh yes, you know, and here's a picture of my kid or whatever. And so I feel like I've created something that's pretty neat. You know, they ask me, you know, that they message like, how's this going, or how's Gabriella, or, you know, just anything like that. And so I think I've made them, you know, feel like it's more of a community and just my customers I'm trying to sell to. I do certain things, like with a lot of them, I use bags and I do the crinkle paper, and I give them, you know, like we talked about, like scent circles to where I can get those half off or product credit. And I like stickers from Amazon that don't cost a lot, but like this one says, thank you for supporting my small business. There's some other ones that I got, they're really cute off of Amazon, and it says OMG. Hold on, I can't even read it. Oh gosh, I'm embarrassing. My glasses aren't on, but it's really cute. OMG, repeat customers are my favorite. Thank you for being an awesome one. You know, so little things like that I add in there. And then for Valentine's, you know, I got the candy from the $1.25 store. So different things like that I give back to them, but without spending a lot of money. One thing that I do that I had fun with, I've done it twice and they loved it, is within my VIP community, we did kind of like a make your bed challenge for 30 days. I started this during 2020, but we've done it twice since then. And I'll share that link. And I said, okay, let's all, you know, make our bed every morning and, you know, post a picture of it. And some mornings, some of my customers were posting their picture in my VIP group before I even did it. You know, typically I would be like, okay, here's my post, you know, let's see who does it, who keeps up with it with me for 30 days. And whoever did, they got a Scentsy Fresh. So, you know, it was fun. It was just something fun to have, something to have fun with. And so that's what I try to do with my customers, so that they can feel like they're more of a friend to me and not just a customer or just another order. And I have I've had very loyal customers.
Love that. I love that. So, you know, you're creating a relationship with your customers. I did the same thing. Like when we bought our home, I posted it in there because I didn't want my friend who was a realtor to know that I didn't choose her when I bought the house. But there's a lot that my VIPs get, you know, because they're VIPs. And so they really should stand out. What's the difference between being in this community versus being out there on my timeline? They're very important to me. So, all right. Thank you so much for sharing, Dorothy. Something else I wanted to say too is I offer free shipping to my local customers. So like, Amber said, it forces me to have a goal of at least 500 PRV each and every week, which puts me to the monthly sales award, which is 2,000 PRV. So they know that for the most part that they don't have to pay shipping if it comes, to me. So that's another way to kind of stand out as the purple cow. The other thing I want to tell you is that, sometimes you're going to see scripts in our world, like, hey, post to your page or this, that, and the other. Sometimes your customers know if they've been scripted, especially if they have multiple consultant friends. So even when I'm asking about the join opportunity, I try to curtail it, keep it short and simple, but to that customer to where they're not scripted, if you will. And there is so much power in a handwritten note. So I have these little cards here that I had available to show you guys. Here it is. And sometimes it might just say, it says thank you here in leopard print. And I might I know Carol does these cute little scent stickers with the that we get from the Scentsy Success Store. And then she puts antennas and arms and feet and a happy face. And I might just put my name, Theresa, or thank you for choosing me. Thanks for supporting my small business. But that's a handwritten note goes a long way. Also, if you wanted to just send a thank you card or a postcard, a stamp, you guys, is 58 cents now. And so even if you don't want to break the bank, just 58 cents, can go a long way with a handwritten thank you, to your customers. So anyway, again, you don't have to break the bank. Let's hop over to Emily. What are some things that haven't been spoken yet that you utilize to build an experience for your customers?
Oh man, these are all so good so far. And I do a lot of the things that the others mentioned, so I won't, I'll try not to double step that. But actually an idea that I got from one of my downline leaders, actually, I started implementing. And so whenever I try to pay attention on Facebook to some of my friends and customers that they have something in their life happen. So like maybe there was a wedding, somebody got married, someone had a baby, unfortunately somebody passed away, things like that. I pay attention and I write that down in like a planner on a Post-it here in my office. And then I make a point each week to make cards. I either send a card if I have a card, or I send like, I've done Cheryl's cookie cards, or I just send like a $5 Starbucks gift card. And I just said, hey, I saw what's going on. Just wanted to know I'm thinking about you. And it's, I just send it. And I can't say that there's any real rhyme or reason. I know I'm not going to see everybody's posts, but I really try to make sure that they know that I care about the things that they're going through in their life, whether they're good or bad. And that just helps me to sort of stand out. And I've even done it for other Scentsy consultants. Like I've seen someone that I know, not on my team in the area, that she said she was going through a hard time. And so I sent her a $10 Starbucks gift card, and I just said, what's your email? And afterwards she was like, oh my gosh, you have no idea what that did for me. And I don't do it with the expectation that anything's going to come from it, but she's going to remember the sisterhood. And if down the road something happens, and let's say she does walk away from her Scentsy business or something, she might remember the kindness I showed her and maybe refer customers my way. Again, not the reason I do it, but it's just something to keep in mind. Don't just treat your customers well, but just try to treat everybody well as best you can.
Absolutely. I love that. There's also something that's floating out there too, like wax bucks. And sometimes if you have a repeat customer that you just, want to bless, instead of giving away a scent bar or whatever, you could, print a file, or even not even print, you can make an electronic, wax buck, wax bucks for them. And so on your next purchase, they can redeem, whether it's $1, $5, it all adds up, right? But anyway, that's an, we're talking about making connections, with our customers and creating an experience for them. So Debbie, how do you do that? You see a lot of people through these events, that you're at. How do you bring them back to you to order with you? Something that hasn't been shared already.
What I've learned is that people like to deal with people that they trust and like. I'm big on relationships. So what I do, because I have my brother there, he has special needs. My nephew is there, he has special needs. My daughter's in college. Well, she's graduated now. And my son was in the military. So I always find some way to connect with people by building those relationships and asking questions. I engage in conversation with them to find what we have that we can compare. And I've learned that when people can connect with you in some way via comparison, you got them at that point. So I build a lot of relationships that way. And people like me because of that, because they feel like they have something that they could discuss with me. Somebody's been in the military. I talk about my son being in the Air Force. And something else I've developed because I'm out a lot. I came up with a point system, because my customers are buying from me directly. So I have a point system for them. For every dollar they spend, they get a point. So when they hit 200 points, they get $20 off. It's just like a party, but it's just a different way of doing it. So how I track this, I track it in my workstation, and they'll call me up. Oh, what kind of points I have now? And I always tell them, look, you can't go anywhere else to get these points. These points are here. So this is something that I came up with maybe about 11 years ago. And these people love that. It's like a loyalty plan. It's something that I developed even before the links. Now, once COVID hit, I couldn't do that anymore. And that's when I came up with the links. So I created a link for them, for those that I couldn't see. And I love to invite people to my house, and they love to come to my house because they know they're going to get extra stuff when they come to my house. So this has helped me a lot with building my PRV and also getting people to join.
Oh, so that was so neat. Thank you for sharing that. You're right. People will do business with others that they trust. So that's the other thing too, is, your social media belongs to you, but just know that there's consequences out there. If you are airing all your dirty laundry, your breakups and financial ruins and all the things that you could toss out there, people will start looking at you and say, oh, I'm praying for her, but I think I'm gonna do business with someone a little bit more stable in life right now, because I need to know if I'm giving them my credit card information, that they're not fighting with Honey Boo Boo again this week, because they were just fighting with them last month, and they're at it again. So make sure that your stories and your posts and stuff, you can be funny and all the things, but make sure that you are presenting yourself as a trustworthy business owner. Okay, let's hop over to Kelly. Oh gosh, that's hard being last because I know we've shared a lot, but is there something that we haven't shared that you do differently with your customers to make you stand out and to provide an excellent experience?
Something new that I tried this year is because last year Amy did not work for me, but this year I decided to give it another try, and I'm really challenging myself for 3 weeks to do it every single day. And I got myself an accountability partner to send them a screenshot that it's completed every day. And if you can do it every day, then you're able to keep up with it. It's way more manageable, and you're just more up to date with things. So you're not getting those messages that say, hey, you haven't messaged them in 4 years. And then I still message them. I've been having really good luck, but the whole point of that is after 3 weeks, it becomes a habit, and it will be part of my daily routine. And I do switch things up a little bit. So I don't remember who said they send the scent circle. I did do that for a really long time, and I would write a handwritten note on the scent circle because that's how I was trained, kind of. And I switched that up. So now I do counter cleaner and dish soap in the thin dollar store. I don't want to call them a rag. They're like a washcloth that you can fold up really small, and it fits in a normal envelope. So it's still not costing me any more to mail. And I can make way more samples. I make them in bulk. And then whatever the seasonal scent spray is, or the seasonal dish soap, whatever it is, I feel like we always get some kind of limited time offer for each season, whether it's fall, Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter, something like that. Then I will do a mass production of them, and I will put them in my thank yous. So, I kind of have a little bit of everybody, where I'll take Carol's bright envelopes and the handwritten message, Theresa, you talked about, and something else. Because what I did find is, yes, I can send them a scent circle, and I can write them a handwritten note on the scent circle, but I didn't see a very big return on scent circles being ordered. So that kind of let me know they might like it, and they might like it for free. Like, I like our scent circles for free, but I wouldn't pay $3 for one. You guys can get where I'm saying? Like me, I would rather pay, what is it, $6 or $7 for the scent pack, and that's my upsell always. when people are just trying to decide between a scent circle and a scent pack, if I'm at a vendor show or something, I don't sell a lot of scent circles because I don't like scent circles. I wouldn't say that outside of this group, but I use an upsell instead, and I totally make it into a positive and make double the money there. So I'm going to say this scent pack lasts twice as long than the scent circle. The scent circle is no different than the one in the gas station, except for it smells better. Lasts, 2 weeks. I can show you how to make it last with some scent spray on a Tip Tuesday if you watch my stories and find me on Facebook, but I'm not going to give you all the goods right now because you need to be my friend. But the counter cleaner, you can make a thin sample with that. The all-purpose cleaner, you can make a thin sample with that. And most of these products, you guys, you already have them at home, so you don't have to go buy them. You should be using your counter cleaner because it's like magic in a bottle. And if you believe in your product, you will sell your product. I sell 1 million bottles of counter cleaner because I talk about it all the damn day. Like it's my shoes or something that I got to put on. I have to use counter cleaner every day. Some people have to use Scentsy Fresh every day. So Dorothy's probably selling a lot of Scentsy Fresh because she loves Scentsy Fresh. So find your product, whatever your product is, and sell the crap out of it and believe in it. And we are so much more than wax and warmers. If you can get them addicted to other products. Who was it? Was it Amber talking about the washer whiffs? Yes. Amber's drug washer whiffs. That's how I'm going to remember them now. So Amber can sell 1 million washer whiffs. So I'm pretty sure each one of the panelists here loves a different product. And that's what makes us all unique for different reasons, because not all of us love the same product. We don't all love the same scent. We all work our businesses totally different. Like I'm in my car and Teresa's in her office and everybody's like spread out all over the world. But we all have these things in common where we can share ideas and get new ideas. And tomorrow we'll all be inspired in a different way.
Love it, love it. And one of the things too that you just mentioned was Tip Tuesday. To be able to have an environment or a community to where your customers can get tips. Today's tip for my group was about a Scentsy Club, and it automatically triggered 2 comments about washer whiffs. And I was like, what did I post? Because, that was scheduled a long time ago. But anyway, and even just the consistency that they know, that you're consistently there. Now, one customer, I'll tell you, I did mess up on. She fell underneath my radar. She messaged me last week and said, hey, are you still with Scentsy and are you still making deliveries? If my customer has to ask me that, then I'm doing something wrong. And so obviously I am still a consultant. And I was able to, get her some wax bars, but it just sent me a message that I need to update, my follow-up system, Amy. And here's the deal. Someone was asking about Amy. Amy could be for you. It might not be for you. It's an amazing tool to allow you to provide excellent customer service. But guess what? There's other tools out there as well, such as the old-fashioned, Excel spreadsheet and so many other things. But find something. If you don't have a follow-up system at all, find out what does work for you and give Amy a shot. It's evolved over the years and it's still evolving with some great things in the making. So don't, I think I might give it another shot as well. Okay, so it is 7:59 p.m. We want to honor your time. Tonight was a great subject. Next week, our hope is to hopefully have a special guest come on to talk about licensed products and our standards. I know many of us posted the standards that we need to comply with, and we just want to make sure that we honor these contracts and partnerships that we have, and we want to keep them. But in order to do that, we need to make sure that everyone's well informed or know where to, get the information. So you guys have an amazing evening. And to each and every panelist, thank you for doing this. I love doing this with you all. And, go ahead, let's take this over to Facebook, to our team pages. If there's something that you learned tonight, please share it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that way you can be notified for the replay and share it as well. We want to make sure we get this information out to everyone so we can have an amazing, excellent 2022. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, Vicki. Bye, Angie.
Bye. Good night, everybody.